Hello, everybody. I hope you're having a wonderful night. Welcome to Wine and Wisdom. I found this great meme today, and I shared it 10 minutes ago on my Facebook feed. I don't know if you saw it. When wine goes in, wisdom comes out. I really like that. And I feel like, over the years, that has certainly been the case with me. When I've been stuck and need a little bit of creativity, certainly having a little bit of wine has helped. But the purpose of these wine and wisdom sessions are, it is a silly season. Everybody is getting together and sharing wine, sharing stories, sharing their successes of the year and their challenges and what they're expecting and hoping for next year. And because I can't be there to do that with everybody, I thought we would have this virtual silly season online. So I have here my glass of wine for the night. I'd love to see what you're drinking right now. Not that I am saying you should be drinking a lot, but there's nothing wrong with having a glass of wine in the evening with your dinner. I make it a real habit of dinner time being something that my husband and I, set the table, light a candle, have some wine, share stories, share food, and, it just makes that precious time of the night. So, yeah, those who know me know I love my buttery, oaky Chardonnays, and this is my favourite, Scarborough. So cheers to you. But today is a special day because it is called Go Home on Time Day. I hope you all did it. I hope you all left on time today, because it is a very important thing to get home, leave work, leave everything. It'll be there the next day. So to be able to get home on time is just one of those wonderful things that we all deserve. It's interesting, this group called the Future of Work Australia have commissioned this. Oh, hello, Sarah Riley. Nice to see you. Long time no see. They have commissioned this day this is the 11th year that they've done it. It's an annual survey. They started in 2009. And for 1 week in July, from the 23rd to the 30th, they surveyed 1,464 Australians about, whether they go home on time or not. And what was really interesting is that when you average it out across all the workers in Australia, there is 4.6 hours every single week of unpaid labour that we have here in this country. That means people are coming in early, they're leaving late, they're working through their lunch break, they're taking work home, whatever it may be, 4.6 hours. Now, this adds up. This is the most striking thing. When you start to add this up, it's 240 hours a year, which is 6 weeks in a year of unpaid overtime. Now, when you times that by all the Australians we've got here in this country, you're looking at 2.4 billion hours. 2.4 billion hours, which equates to $81.5 billion. They have coined the phrase time theft about this. It's time theft when you are taking time from people that you're not paying them for. So it's quite a serious thing. It causes a lot of anxiety. I think 50% of those surveyed feel like they're overworked, and 1 in 4 say that it is contributing to the anxiety they feel. So it's quite an issue here in this country. So what I thought we would do tonight is have a look at the areas that some things that as workers, employees, we have control over to ensure we can go home on time, and some things that have to come from top down, from the CEOs, from the business owners, from the leaders and the managers. Because it has to be a top-down, bottom-up approach. It has to be, like all things, if it's to work really well. So let's first have a look at, what I'm going to do first of all, because I did have, Julie did speak with me yesterday. I was in a meeting yesterday and we're talking about this issue, and she said to me, oh my gosh, that is my life. I would love to be there to hear all this, but I've actually got to attend a client event tomorrow night, as in tonight. But this is a question I would have posed in the Facebook Live. So I'm going to read it to you now because she wrote it down for me, because she believes that so many people are having this issue. Julie says, I work in an open plan office that is pretty noisy and I just feel so distracted every day. I know I'm not being as productive as I could and therefore everything takes longer and I end up working from home after dinner every night. What can I do? Well, I'd love to know if that is an issue for you. And I do understand that some of you are live now, some of you will come on and watch this later. And if you are coming on later, please just put any comments or questions in the comment boxes and I will get to them, I promise, tomorrow or the next day, whenever you actually see it. But there are two things for that situation that Julie is in, and I see this all the time. We have these incredibly groovy open plan spaces that are absolutely perfect for collaboration and energy and just getting that really kind of the sense of this is a place to be. But if there's not also places where people can go to do their deep work, the deep work that needs real concentration and such focus, if there's not that, then that's a real issue. So if the space doesn't allow for quiet spaces or rooms where you can actually close the door and not have any noise, then that's when flexible work arrangements are the most perfect thing, because it allows people to get out of the noise and to go somewhere where it's quiet. Now that may be at home, or it may even be in a cafe. And I know you're saying, well, a cafe is not quiet. No, it's not. But the difference is that the noise in cafes is what we describe as white noise. It just is buzzing around you, and it doesn't affect you. It doesn't. See, in the office, when there's noise over there and people are talking, human nature, we are curious beings. That's what's so great about us. But the downfall of that is this curiosity means that our ears just pick up on projects that we know a little bit about, people we know a little bit about, ideas that they've got, and we can't help but be distracted, and we can't help but be pulled to those people. So that's why it is so important to... Hello, Vanessa. Nice to see you. I just want you to all know that my comments box seems to have frozen for a minute. So if you've got comments, I will get to them, or questions. It was just, a bit of techno issue going on. I'll just check my Wi-Fi. Yeah, it seems fine. Anyway, that is why it is so important that flexible work arrangements allow for you to go to a place so you can do your deep work where you're not distracted. And that way you get things done in quicker time, with less mistakes, so you can go home on time. So I hope that helps to answer that question. The other thing I wanted to say about that is that, yes, if flexible work arrangements are not part of the process in the policies within your workplace, get some noise cancelling headphones. I've worked with many companies where we have something, if you've got noise cancelling headphones on, or a little flag on your computer lifted up, or if you've got your cap on backwards or whatever it might be, that is an indication for everybody else to leave you alone. Don't butt in when you're doing your deep work. That's just this signal to say, I don't want distraction. I'm getting my stuff done. Leave me alone. So Julie, I hope that helps you when you finally get back to come on to this after your event tonight. And I hope that helps everyone else. But I wanted to do where we've got 11 minutes left, and I've got three parts that I want to give you around this topic. And I will actually I've got a longer blog on this, and I will put it in the comments after I get off live. So please go there and you can find, I think I've got 15 different things altogether. Firstly though, it is the unrealistic workplace expectations that companies have. So firstly, this has to start with the CEOs, with the managers, the leaders, the business owners. Don't make the mistake of losing your top talent because you have unrealistic expectations of workload. Sorry, I'm just seeing Sarah. We have do not disturb signs. I love that. Oh, Sarah, what are they? They get put on your computer, on your desk. Please let me know in the comments. Where do you put those do not disturb signs? I'd love to see a photo if you've got those. But that's the first thing. For leaders, you are responsible for making sure people do not have too many responsibilities, overload. Secondly, when there is what you believe, desk and computer. Thank you, Sarah. That's fabulous. I'm going to get you to send me a photo from tomorrow when you're at work, please. With that, you have to make sure that, you know, your expectations are okay. So check in with a colleague as well. Check in to say, hey, I'm feeling overwhelmed. Do you think these are unrealistic expectations of workload that we have here? Because it's sometimes, I like to, the saying, you know, when you're in the jar, you can't see the label. So sometimes when you are feeling so overwhelmed and overworked, is it because of your own issues, or is it company policies and the culture that is there that is the issue? So check in on that. Prioritizing and delegation obviously are the easy answers to many things like that, but also being able to have candid conversations with your direct report so that you can actually say, listen, I am not coping, not because there's something wrong with me, but because these are unrealistic loads of work that you are giving me, and we need to find a solution. These are my ideas. So that is one thing that you can go to make sure that there's not this kind of unrealistic workload. Secondly, and this is what I see across the board, and you've probably felt it yourself, this 3 p.m. exhaustion. You know, it's this kind of 3 p.m. slump where you've got through the morning, you've gone and had lunch, you've filled your belly, and it's just about 2:30, 3 o'clock, you start to feel, oh gosh, how am I going to get through the next few hours? And it's this real slump. And it's usually when people start reaching for caffeine and sugar. But what I say to this is that prevention is better than cure. So there are two things that you can really take on yourself to ensure you don't get that 3 p.m. exhaustion, because when you get to that, it's too late. You're very unproductive, you're taking longer to get things done, and that will stop you from going home on time. So firstly, have a lunch break. Have a lunch break, go outside, get the sun on your back, the wind in your hair, feel the fresh air. Spend your lunch break without your device, clearing your head, just having some space. You know, I talk about when you go to the gym and you start doing bicep curls and you're curling and you're curling and you're curling, well, eventually you've got to give that muscle a break if you want it to continue to perform. Well, your brain is a muscle too. And if you do not take a break and give your brain, this muscle of yours, an opportunity to rest and rejuvenate and be refreshed for the afternoon, then you're going to have that slump. So take a lunch break, leave your device away, just read a book, a storybook, or just sit. Secondly, nourish your body with great brain food. What is brain food, I hear you say? Well, it is whole grains, it is vegetables, it is salads with protein, it is pastas with tomato-based sauces, it's boiled eggs, it's all the foods that come from Mother Nature, not out of packets with numbers on them. That's what you need to do. Nourish your body, because that fuels your brain and fuels the energy that you have for the day. So if you can do that, nourish your body at lunch with great brain food, 3 p.m. exhaustion, never. You will feel on fire for the afternoon. Hello, Belinda. It's lovely to see you. And the third and final thing that I wanted to just say about this is around what I call mountains of meetings. You know, mountains of meetings stop you from being able to do what you need to do in a day. So firstly, You need to have very strict agendas with time components put on each agenda item. You need to have a chairperson who is really tenacious and who will just cut out the fluff that people will go on about. And thirdly, it is about who actually needs to be in this meeting. Do we have all the decision makers in the room? Because if they're not decision makers, they don't need to be there. They can read the short memo afterwards, or they could actually see it because you've actioned the things that need to be actioned. Meetings are what drain people from being able to get things done. When you have back-to-back meetings every day, it just wastes so much time. So they are my three things. We have, let's start again. We have unrealistic workload expectations. We have the 3 p.m. exhaustion, and we have the mountains of meetings. And of course, Julie had already posed that question about distraction. And as I said, I'm going to pop in the blog that I've written, which has 15 actual action items around this topic on how you can go home on time. And I will also put the report that the Go Home on Time people have put together from the 1,464 Australians who have completed the survey. It is their 11th year. They're doing an excellent job at collating all this data, and it's very interesting to see across different ages, genders, industries, what is going on. So I'll pop that link in the comments as well. So please, if you are either watching this now or watching this later and you have any questions on this topic, please put them in the comments. I will come back to them. I will keep checking and make sure I can answer any queries that you have. We have our last virtual silly season next Wednesday night. So if there is any topics that you would like me to talk about, please let me know. You've got the week to, well, probably through to Monday, to let me know what it is that you would like me to chat about, and we can definitely put it in the agenda. Yes, as I said, last week, next week for virtual silly season. Cheers for that. December and January, I know there's lots of leave going on, so we won't be doing this during December and January, but I've had such great feedback that I will probably kick this off again in February, but I believe that this may be a little bit early, so I'd love to hear what time is going to be the best time for you. Is it 7? Is it 7:30? Is it 8 o'clock? I want to be here at the time that will ensure that you can be here with me and we can share wine. As my meme said, the more wine in, the more wisdom out. And I think if we can do that together, I know we have lots. Hello, Natalie. Oh, thank you very much. I'm glad they were useful. Thank you, Sarah. My pleasure. Cheers to everybody. That's it, over and out for Wine and Wisdom this week. I look forward to seeing you for our last virtual silly season next week, and so we can share in the wisdom of the entire community. So please bring your questions, bring your wisdom, and bring your favorite wine. See you.